to another exciting episode of your favorite show, She Is, the show that empowers women all over the world to believe in themselves despite whatever challenge their life throws at them. The show is proudly brought to you by Smile GH Photography. Smile GH is a production company that are experts in the production of all your events. So if you want that event of yours captured with style, contact Smile GH on 024 0081 636 or 026 1089 Also, the show is supported by Templessy Court. Templessy is a home away from home. If you want a place to relax with the family or a place to have a conference meeting, Templessy is the right place to be. Templessy Court has beautiful and affordable rooms. There's a gym, there's a pool, you name it. Templessy is located inside Joe, right opposite the Embassy of Equatorial Guinea. You can call them on 0244 730 025 or 0244 292520. Also, the show is supported by Ogidi Brown Enterprise. They are the manufacturers and distributors of King Marble and all tiles, all building materials. They have beautiful tiles for your rooms, for your kitchen, everywhere. So you can contact them on 02020 65920 and they will give you a discount. Just mention my name. Also, thanks to Queen Cash Kitchen for always providing food for my production team. You can contact Queen Cash Kitchen on 057 6591430 or 050 322 7012 for every food that you want, be it stews, smoothies. A very big thank you going out to Smart Trends for always making me look good on set. You can contact Smart Trends for all your beautiful outfits for every occasion on 027 1381428. You can also find them on Instagram at smart_trends. The trends is spelled TRENDZZ. Again, TRENDZZ. My name is Richmond Popong from Pong, and guessing why I'm looking this way? You find out soon after the break. Welcome to She Is. Today on the show we have Helena Baaba Botchway. She is a mental health nurse. She is the CEO of PsycHealth Ghana and the first runner-up for Ghana's Most Beautiful 2017. Hello Baba.
Hi Richard.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm well. And how are you too?
I'm fine. You're looking so pretty.
Thank you.
As a nurse, how do you do it? And then going into the Ghana's Most Beautiful house.
Well, I've been practicing for 6 to 7 years now.
Okay. And
I'd always wanted to get a platform where I could be an advocate of mental health related issues. So I felt mental health issues, the best platform where I could use to be an advocate would be the Ghana's Most Beautiful platform. Okay. And this is because we have a lot of superstitions when it comes to mental health. So I looked around all the beauty pageants and then decided to take advantage of Ghana's Most Beautiful. I tried a couple of times and then I think on my third attempt, I had a platform.
Wow, yeah. How difficult was it for you? Because somebody going for the first time, second time, what really motivated you to go again for the third time?
I think what motivated me was, making a decision to be in psychiatry or working as a mental health nurse was a very tough decision because growing up everybody thinks somebody who is mentally ill is just the very dirty ones you see by the roadside. They don't really understand that you and I even seated here could exhibit some form of mental illness. So I felt it was just most appropriate to get a platform to use. And then what kept me going even after I had tried on 2 attempts and then I was bounced was the fact that I just had my patient at heart, and then I was actually tired of the whole stigma, not only associated with the patients but also associated to we the health workers working on mental patients.
Take us through auditioning of Ghana's Most Beautiful. What did you do right this time that made you qualify?
I don't know. In fact, mine was so funny because I think I was even asked to go home.
Wow.
Then on my way home, I was called to come back. that there was a bit of misunderstanding somewhere. I got there and all the ladies around were looking at me. Hey, I'm sure in their heads they'll say, "Oh, Nimo bi or like link bi or baby." But
protocol.
I tell you, I had no protocol whatsoever. Wow. I can boldly say maybe my protocol was God. Exactly. Probably it was my time, and then I also came to understand that the subsequent years that I applied, I probably couldn't get that chance because it wasn't the right time for me to advocate on mental health related issues. And then in 2017, when I had a shot, it was much easier to get to the public and speak to them on mental health related issues.
And
I had the
support experience
too.
Like for you? Ghana's most beautiful. I was rooting for you, you know. I wanted you to.
Were you?
Exactly, I was.
Okay, so after the show, you're going to show me the text and then how you're
text me there, not many credits, so I didn't text. But seriously, I was really watching your performances.
I see. So which one was my best for you?
The final one, though I wanted you to change, you know, I wanted you to do something else because we had heard so much about the mental stuff so much. So I really wanted you to, you know, do something else. But then it was all good. So how was the experience like for you?
The experience, very educational.
Yeah.
A lot of lessons to be learned there because I went to a girls' school, Kobo Girls, but living under
Kobo
yes.
Okay.
So to be living under the same roof with 9 different ladies who were brought up differently with different backgrounds, I actually didn't think it was going to be that tough. But I got in there and I realized that I had a lot of growing up and a lot of adaptation to do when it comes to human beings. So I actually learned a lot. And I could say that it has really transformed me and also added on to who I am this day. Now,
we want to know you better. Where is Baaba from?
I'm from Winneba.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about
Windy Bay. There are lots of names that people call Winneba. But I'm a proud deer hunter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How many siblings do you have?
I'm the last one.
Hey,
Papa.
Okay. So growing up, what did you want to become? Have you always wanted to be a nurse?
This issue. So growing up, I went to Kobo Girls, the youngsters first. Then to Kobo Girls.
Hey, then DB, the youngsters.
Oh, surprisingly, I'm not be DB too. I'll be hustler.
Okay.
So to Kobo Girls.
What did you study at Kobo Girls?
Science. I was a science student. I was a dining hall prefect too.
Hey,
I'm paid. I was Obolo.
So you were bullying the students?
I wasn't bullying them. I'm sure if you ask any of my no, not at all. Okay. I was actually I was strict, but I wasn't taking advantage of my position to just maltreat the younger ones. Exactly. Nah, yeah. But I make sure that
there's the thing about dining hall prefects. Nobody likes them. Like dining hall prefects.
Oh, Brad. That's all boy. Power so.
Okay, so Kobo Girls and then.
So Kobo Girls and then growing up, I'd always wanted to be a pediatrician.
Okay.
And when after the WASI results, I told my dad, Miss, why is it? Merit it. My dad was like, in Tibet, if you 1 year, be not true. Miss, and I was a dabby. Ebeko school, grades no bad. Or they to Muko school, say, no single grade now, or 11 and not 10, 12. Even in school, ako. In Tibaba, Mr. Daminye. My dad gradually talked me into other health jobs. And I said, okay, since I'm very passionate and then I have this empathy for human and always want to serve people, why don't I get into nursing? I actually liked the idea when my dad told me, and I was like, okay, then I'll do general nursing. My dad said, okay, that's fine. Go to the university. I said, no. I wanted to go to the university. My dad says, no, I should go to the nursing training. I said, fine, girl. All my mates from the youngsters and Kobo Girls are in the university. Yeah. We come back, everybody's talking about school and how first years out. I should go to nursing school and go and get a diploma. I don't go. It became like a heated argument between my dad and I. My dad talked me into the fact that at the nursing training is more practical and I'll tend to appreciate the work more. Oh, hey papa, dada misa, and then you get alawa. My dad mentioned alawa and then my mind just went hey. I was like, oh, alawa. When I said, tell me about alawa, he said, oh, they'll give you little monies at the end of every month. I was like, oh, okay. So I had other plans, so I said, okay, then I'll go for that, knowing that I'm going to get a lot of practical experience as well as the alawa. Exactly. So I decided to go to nursing training. Now the choice of nursing was also a struggle, because I wanted to do general nursing, because that's what I had gone to see, working on wounds and all that. Then my dad says, my cousin came in and said, oh, I should go and do mental health. And I said, me, fine girl today. Me, I said, no, I won't do it. So they had to talk me into it. And my cousin made me understand from the way things are going, it's much appropriate that I specialize.
Yeah.
I move into a specialty area and just not do the broad one everyone is doing. And then she believes I'm going to love the job. I accepted. In fact, I had admission. And then 6 weeks, I was still staying at home. Still thinking, no, I had not. It took the intervention of God for me to now take the bold step to go to part-time nurses training. Wow. So all my mates, as they had started school early, I went somewhere in November. Yeah, November 2009, thereabouts. Or 2000,
and what were some of your struggles growing up in Winneba?
Well, funny thing, I didn't live in Winneba. My mom, I was born in Rage Hospital.
Okay.
So I've lived all my life in Accra. But I've lived in some areas. I've lived in Kotobabi. So the youngsters, if I mention the youngsters, everybody knows we have a number of branches. So I started mine in Kotobabi. So I went to Kotobabi. I lived in Kotobabi. You know the hassle with Kotobabi. There's no water. So we had to journey all the way to Alajo to go and fetch water and come back to Kotobabi. Charlie, I used to live around Tobinko, current Tobinko Pharmacy. That's where I was living. Wow. So I used to journey to Alajo, fetch water, come back so I could get some to bath and go to school. Charlie, it wasn't easy. Yeah, it wasn't easy. I look back to some of these things and I'm like, hey.
And what is one fond memory you never forget growing up?
Growing up. The fact that I had a number of friends around. I love people. Yeah. I think because I grew up with just the nuclear family, I always had this kind of joy when I come across, like, I meet people. Yeah, so we will talk, we'll have fun. Till date, I think I still like to be around people, just to enjoy that fun part of life,
The conversation is getting interesting, and so we'll continue after the break. Welcome back. We are still talking to Helena Baaba Botchway, first runner-up Ghana's most beautiful and a mental health activist. Hello, Baba. We are back. Now, what is it about mental health that you are so passionate about? What is it that you see about, excuse me to say, mad people on the streets that gets to you?
You know, people actually do not understand how I'm extremely passionate about mental health related issues. And at some point, people even thought I probably have a very close relative who might be suffering from it. But surprisingly, I don't know anyone in my family who has the mental illness yet. But I simply will say I'm a type of person who is passionate about anything I put my mind to. So it could be, if I decide to, say, focus my attention on education or young girls or whatever, the passion comes. Exactly. You get it. So it's not really like there's really something there that's pushing me to, but I'm just a passionate person by nature.
Okay. Let's talk about PsycHealth Ghana. When did you decide to, launch it, and then what initiated that initiative?
Okay, so mostly after Ghana's Most Beautiful, you are being challenged to bring up a foundation and then possibly use that channel to educate the populace or to be an advocate. Okay. So I decided that, GMB is over. I have a very vibrant team, which majority consists of health workers, from psychologists to psychiatrists to mental health nurses to what have you. So how can we put all these ideas into good use? Okay, so we decided to set up a foundation and then do a launch somewhere in June 2018, and then we decided to kickstart with our activities. Even before the launch, we had started some of our activities already, from free health screening exercises, where we included a mental health bit, because mostly we do free health screening exercises, but we don't include the psychological aspect of it. So this time we wanted to fuse in that aspect so that people would tend to appreciate it much better.
Now, I don't know, but people think that you just wake up and then you get a mental health issue. But I feel it's a gradual process. And many of the people that we live with, some have these issues, but we are not taking them serious. What do you think psychologists are not doing well in Ghana?
I wouldn't say psychologists are not doing anything well but what I would say from my experience working in a psychiatric hospital for close to 7 years now is the fact that in Ghana, or let me say in Africa, but let me come down to our country, Ghana. So in Ghana, we have this mindset. When someone is sick, everyone's mind go to the medical side. So malaria, typhoid, they see that to be really normal.
Yeah.
But when you seem to be going through a very tough situation, for instance, I lose a job, and then I get all emotional about it, and I lock myself up in a room, I'm not eating and all. Typical of us will say, "Ooh, are you the only one who has lost your job?" There have been thousands of people who have lost their job. Why are you acting as if the world is coming to an end? One thing we forget is that we are different individuals and our response to situations are totally different. So you and I could suffer from some form of broken heart. Your reaction to that broken heart will determine whether you're going to be the same person you are or it's going to change certain things about you as a person. So if I and yourself, you and myself, if we don't adopt good coping skills within that period of the broken heart, it could make us either remain who we are or change us entirely. And if we are not careful, one or even both of us might end up in a psychiatric hospital.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And that's how serious it is.
Now, people that bring their patients to the psychiatric hospital, what are they supposed to go through? And I hear that most of them come, they leave their people there, and they do not come back again. Does that also affect their people?
It does. As I speak to you in my facility, we have a lot of vagrants.
Okay.
It's not as if they don't have family, but now they have become vagrants because family members have just gifted them to the hospital. Let me just say it that way. Yeah. And there are instances where some have recovered and could go back to the society and to continue their day jobs, and then they don't want to go because they are not accepted in the society. So why don't I stay back in the hospital? I know when I come, I'll meet Nurse Baaba. I know when I come, I'll meet Nurse Richmond, who is going to smile with me, talk to me. You get it. So why don't I rather stay back? Because we try as much as possible to make them feel very important, as human as they should be. You get it, and very accepted. So I think that's the reason why a lot of them too would want to come back to the hospital and then stay with us.
Yeah. And let's talk about mental health patients who have been locked up in so-called hospitals and then are being prayed for. What would you say to such people? Are they supposed to be brought to you, or they're supposed to be left there? Because people feel that it is a spiritual problem.
See, another problem with mental health in our part of the world is the fact that we attribute it to spirituality.
Okay.
So the mere, mostly we would bring such individuals to the hospital when the condition has deteriorated. So first sign that you see, the person is locking himself or herself up in a room, not speaking to you, and is not probably lack interest in the things they used to have interest in. Those are signs that we should all have seen and then report to the appropriate place. But we wait till when it gets to the extreme where psychosis sets in, where they start speaking to themselves, they stop bathing and all, then they get aggressive. Then that is when we would want to resort to other
methods of
other approaches. You get it. And then we go there, and then when we don't get our results, when they are now deteriorated, that is when we bring them to the psychiatric hospital, expecting that we do some form of miracles. So I don't know, it's not the best, but I think we have actually grown up to a point where we have some of the faith healers, some churches that have been linked to certain facilities, such that day in and day out, some of our health workers go in there to assess them.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what has been the challenge for you as a woman, and then, doing what you are doing as a mental health nurse? What has been some of your challenges, your day-to-day challenges, and how are you able to overcome them?
So I get people saying, into you okay? Like, are you okay? And I'm like, why do I look different? Yeah, everybody gets surprised. Especially, I was working on a male ward for 3 years. Wow. And when I tell people I was at a male admission ward, they're like, so what do you do for that? I said, we do everything. Everything in us does. We bath, we do everything. You bath them. Then they are looking at you like really weird. You get everybody looking at you like, are you okay? Like, why would you be working on such a person? And they imagine if we have this extra sense that makes us talk to them in a way that they understand, because they are imagining how we are able to speak to people, such people, for them to become calm. Another part is, I remember I had this one is very personal, but I need to share it. Okay. I think at some point I was dating someone, and when he got to know I was a mental health nurse, the guy told me, into ubeka show me now ube fi oba so me ofi. That relationship, I broke that relationship, just like went dead
because of that.
Yes, he couldn't stand the fact that I was working. Into uko. Let me use his like the exact phrase. To work could dry about down phone. You have ever fear about so me more. And I'm like, what's wrong with that? You can equally get depressed, or you can actually like become mentally ill. And I obviously would have to take care of you. So what's wrong with that? It's the same way if you have malaria or any other form of medical condition. He was like, nah, Baba. Wow. Right now, Baba, so I was like, okay. So I realized his behavior started changing. I was like, okay, wow. Yeah.
Now, what would be advice to ladies, women, most importantly, who want to, venture, like start, become a nurse, a mental health nurse? What is the beauty of it?
The beauty of it, it has its own challenges. I've been attacked a couple of times.
Wow, by the patients.
Yes.
There's this thing I heard that if a mental health patient slaps you, you slap the person back. How true is that?
You slap them back?
Yeah. No, someone born as soon energy or the ball, that kind of thing. Yeah, so you have to slap them back. No air sound.
All those are hearsays.
Really?
Yes,
so it's not true.
No.
Would you advise that we, give and take?
I wouldn't advise, because you see, they are not, every normal person in their right frame of mind wouldn't just see you and want to slap you for no apparent reason. Yeah, so just try and be in their shoes when they are acting out that way. I know sometimes it can be very frustrating, because even ask me, this era of COVID, how are we able to like manage them?
Yeah.
What's your share a face mask or some share? What would you do? And you have a number of patients on the ward. How are you going to handle that situation? That's how tough the job is. Because even on a regular day, what's your uncle Jari goes to Did you also mean did? Yeah, no share max. Yarebi on one team. You try and do the education, they still don't want to even. It's not their wish, but it's as a result of the condition. You get it, yeah. So for young girls who want to venture into psychiatry, we need more of you to come in, more beautiful ladies come in, and so that it doesn't look like they've left that sector for a certain group of people. No, every lady of any caliber who thinks that she has that heart to serve humanity could come in and then practice and be a mental health nurse.
Now, how has the Ghana's Most Beautiful platform helped you? How did it shape your life?
Ghana's Most Beautiful is one of the best things that's happened to me. Yeah. Anytime I mention it, it gives me like flashbacks of some of the good things that has happened to me. A lot of good things, I must say. So I remember when I was in the house, I used to tell my other contestants that I know it's going to be one car, one crown, and then the title is just going to go to one person. But you see, let's all focus on building our brand on the stage. So sincerely, even though I was there to win, my other focus was to brand myself and my message so well that when I come out, people will note me for that.
Which I think you did so well.
And that was the reason why I was almost all the time singing that mental health song in everyone's ears. So I remember somebody told me, if we don't remember you for anything and not mental health. Yeah. And that was my main reason for going in there. And not because I wanted to be Ghana's real. No, I just wanted to be associated for something and for people to know that aside the fact that I'm a nurse, I have other things I could also use that platform to achieve.
Now, how's a normal day like for you as a nurse? And then what other things do you do on the side?
Okay, so I wake up in the morning, I go to work. If I'm on morning duty, I go afternoon, night. I do the regular shift system we do here in Ghana. And I have, aside my foundation, we are not running around to the various schools to give the health education or visiting our patients who've been discharged at home with gifts and all. I have a hobby. I bake on the side.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm a baker.
Should have brought us something.
Oh, next time.
Okay, sure. So now your advice to all ladies watching you, what is your advice to them on empowerment?
So to my dear young ladies out there, the one thing that has actually kept me and made me really fulfilling as a person, even though I've not achieved everything I want to achieve in life yet, is being content, contentiousness. We should learn to be content with what we have. Because if you're very content with the little you have, the issue of greed, envy, it's far away from you. You would then tend to appreciate the fact that the world is so big for all of us.
Yeah.
And we don't need to have unhealthy competitions. You get it? And then, yeah, basically that's it. Being content with what you have. And another thing is showing gratitude.
Exactly.
For every little thing anyone does for you, never forget it. Even if at this moment I needed water and you served me water, and years to come, now I have water in abundance, I shouldn't forget the fact that there was a point in time that I needed water and you were there to help me. So these two things should be something they should work with as they journey through life. Gratitude and being content with the little they have.
Wow. We are so grateful that you came on the show. And I'm wearing this because of you.
I know.
We are so proud of you, the frontline workers, and for all that you have been doing for us since this COVID came from nowhere and is still living with us.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
All right, the conversation has been so interesting, but after the break, we get to find out how smart our guest is on the smartness level segment. Welcome back. Today on the smartness level segment with Baaba. Baaba, you get to answer 3 powerful questions. We know you are very smart. Ghana's most beautiful. Drill, easy. You're on stage every week. Okay, so Baaba, your first question. So, sorry. Sorry, my boy. Okay, you're a Christian. All right, Baaba. So,
Catholic.
how many animals did Moses send into the ark?
Oh, God. Can't remember.
Baba, you said?
Me kind.
So should I tell you the answer?
Please do.
It wasn't Moses, it was Noah.
Oh.
Baba, do you read your Bible?
I do, but because you said Moses and then the the ark in my head, I know it's Noah and ark, but
Moses is not confused.
I confused me.
Okay.
Oh, blah.
Okay, so your second question. What occurs once in a year, twice in a week, but never in a day?
Once in a year.
Twice in a week, but never in a day.
I don't know.
Baba, you say?
I don't know. I don't want to think far.
No, you have to think.
Once in a year?
Yes. Twice in a week and never in a day.
I don't know.
Should I tell you?
Yes, please.
It's the letter E. Baba, you didn't know? Okay, your final question. No, you're the last two. You're still
oh, right.
Third question. Take 2 apples from 3 apples. How many do you have?
Take 2 apples from 3 apples.
How many do you have?
3.
Baba, your final answer?
The question again.
Take 2 apples from 3 apples. How many do you have?
2.
Final answer?
2.
Final answer? Confidence. Final answer?
2.
Correct. Baba, final question.
Okay.
Name 1 meal that you can never eat before breakfast.
One meal.
that you can never eat before breakfast.
Is there a meal you eat before breakfast?
So name the meal you can never eat before breakfast.
But there's no meal before breakfast.
So what is that meal you can never eat before breakfast?
No meal.
It's your lunch. You can never eat lunch before breakfast. Baba, it's been amazing having you on She Is Show. But when you come on the show, we do not leave you to go just like
this
that.
one, yeah.
So that's something beautiful for you.
Oh, dear,
And Baba, this is for you from She Is.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. And it reads, She Is Show appreciates you. Thank you for being an inspiration. Helena Baaba Botchway. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Oh, so you are going to show that? Oh, it's not good. It's not
Okay,
good.
have it.
It's not good.
Okay, so that is how we wrap up on an amazing episode of your favorite show, She Is, the show that empowers women all over the world to take on the world despite the challenges that life throws at them. The show is proudly brought to you by Smile GH Photography. Smile GH is a production house that are experts in the production of all your events. So if you want that event of yours captured with style, contact Smile GH on 024-0081-636 or 026-1089-346. Also, the show is supported by Templessy Court. Templessy is a home away from home. If you want a place to relax with the family or a place to have that conference meeting, Templessy is the right place to be. Templessy has affordable rooms, there's a swimming pool, there's a gym, just name it. This is the place to be. Contact them on 0244-730025 or 0244-292520. Templessy is located inside Jolu, right opposite the Embassy of Equatorial Guinea. Also, the show is supported by Ogidi Brown Enterprise. They are the producers and distributors of King Marble, beautiful tiles and all building accessories. If you want your house to, shine, Ogidi Brown Enterprise, you have to call them. Call them on 020-2065-920. Thanks to Queen Cash Kitchen for always providing food for my production team. Call them on 057-6591-430 or 050-322-7012. Thanks to Smart Trends for always making me look good on set. You can contact Smart Trends on 027-138-1429 or you can also follow them on social media at smart_trends. Trends is spelled TRENDZZ. I take it again. TRENDZZ. My name is Richmond Upon Frimpong. See you next week.